went there and checked in with the other team. I said, yo, better luck next year, y'all. Oh, man. Oh, this might be too much in y'all camera screen. Hold on. Hey, man, this was earned, not given, man. So what you're looking at is All-Star Game champions, Shaq OGs. Feel like we were representing for all the OGs around the world. They say that you don't get better in your 30s, but I think our generation has proven otherwise. So it's great weekend, great fan engagement, great new format. Applause is all the way around for everybody making this a great weekend.
Kyrie, we know that Kobe was a mentor for you. Which was the best advice that Kobe gave you to?
He gave me a lot of advice, but I think what really stuck with me is just always be yourself and stay curious and just enjoy what you do every single day. And keep God first, keep your family first, and just put your best foot forward league and culturally.
Kyrie, maybe the format might not have lent itself to like a natural MVP, but Steph had that moment.
Yeah.
In the second game. What was it like being part of that? Seeing him do what he does best, hitting those three.
Yeah, it's easy to feed the hot guy, man. And once he hit his first three, basically every time we're looking for him, and you can see it. When he's in his hometown, playing in front of his home crowd, we all know what that means as an NBA player, as his peer. So we're not going to get in the way of that, man. We want to just support each other, and I think that's what this weekend was about, was just bigging each other up, celebrating the good things about basketball, but also being very competitive with each other, which is, after this weekend, it starts again. So I'm looking forward to it.
What is the source of your confidence?
The source of my confidence? God first, and knowing that failure is just the object in your mind, man. It's a fixation that you got to get over yourself. So you got to keep trying new things, keep adding new skill sets to your life, and then basketball will take care of itself, man. It's just a sport, it's a vehicle, so bigger things going on, but that's what makes basketball easier when you put it in perspective.
You had fun today. You tried some stuff from Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, yeah.
So is it like a message you sent to him, like you're a young guy, this is your first All-Star game?
Yeah, rightfully so. And he was going, hard and being very aggressive, and that's the way he should be. And I know that he was taking it very serious, and that's commendable, that's respectful. And I just love seeing the young guys that have that competitive edge. And when Wemby's in front of me, just like if I'm in front of him, we're going to try to go at each other, man. It's a number one pick inner dialogue that goes on. I'm giving you guys some sacred information right there. Us number one picks definitely try to outshine each other, man. So it's all healthy, but, when we're out there on the court, we're trying to, go at each other. You said, how would I explain it? I don't know if I could explain it in 2 minutes, Dame's legacy, but, I would start with just if you know his story and you know how much work he's put in, when he's at this level and he's well decorated, that he had to wait his turn, and he did it the right way by putting in hard work consistently. And I think that's a beautiful legacy to leave behind for his kids to follow on, and, his engagement in his community, and, around the world, too. Dame does a lot that goes unseen, goes unheard. So I just always am, paying attention in my own way and always trying to support. And, any way I could big him up, too, and celebrate him, I'm going to do. Absolutely, man. We did not want to waste time with those young guys, man. You know how special those guys are, and if you start playing around with them, they'll take advantage of you, man. What you say? Man, I still got bounce, man. I told you, I'm getting more athletic in my 30s, man. So in the All-Star game, a few of the players, my predecessors before me, threw it off the glass, so I thought I'd join the ranks with them. Don't let basketball use you. Use basketball, and I think this business has a way of rewarding us in a material way, but I think this is more a spiritual aspect for me. I have a purpose and calling that's bigger than just putting a ball in the hoop. This connects me to all walks of life all around the world, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. There's some times where you go up and down, just, falling in love with the game, falling out of love with it. But the fans, your family, your support system around you is really what keeps you going. So that's what I try to focus on. And, the engagement that we have all around the world, too, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. If basketball can, bring somebody together from Germany, from Africa to Australia, and they don't have to say a single word in their language, but they understand how to play with each other. It's the most beautiful thing I could be a part of, man. Oh, man, this is incredible, man. It's the first time I'm, taking some hardware home other than, like, winning All-Star Game MVP. I asked the guys if I could take it home. But, yeah, this is going on my mantle, man. I feel like we really earned this and we had fun. Felt like almost like the last run of the Mohegans of this generation. Steph getting MVP, well deserved. But sharing the floor with those guys was special, man. You got champions, you got guys that are all world everything, and
Playing for Australia in the past,
Mhm.
are you going to finally pull the trigger and maybe represent Australia at the next Olympics?
man, we're in the process of that right now. Just trying to figure out what's going to be the best route for me to be eligible. There's a lot of paperwork in between that. Obviously USA still has a decision to make. Team USA still has a decision to make. But for me, I'm just trying to do what's best for me. And honestly, if I can be an Aussie at one point in my career, play for the Australian team, that would be great, man.
Well, if they do change the format to a USA versus world, which one would you pick?
I would pick the world right now, man, just for competition's sake. But I'm always gonna be with my USA guys, man. We have so much history together. But I'm just grateful that I could be both. You know what I mean? Born, raised in the U.S., but born in Australia and representing the international players too.
Aussies would love to have you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Free Luigi, come on, man. Eric Andre, man, you got get boundaries in these questions out here, man. We're in a political friendly space, Eric Andre.
Kyrie, the new format getting some mixed reviews. What were your thoughts on it?
You said mixed reviews?
Yeah, for the new format.
What kind of reviews were we getting?
A little negative on social media. Some players didn't like it.
Yeah, what's not negative on social media
Well,
though, man? Like,
some of the players I spoke to said that they weren't a fan.
oh, okay. I mean, yeah. No, I think. Oh, the time in between. Yeah, it's our ad revenue though. You know what I'm saying? If you know business behind the scenes, everything matters in terms of that. But I think the NBA did their best they could, and still make it competitive. You got to keep everybody on the floor. There was a lot of commercial breaks, a lot of things going on, engaging with the fans, engaging with former players. So you just got to give everybody grace, man. Like I've been saying the past few weeks. But I enjoyed myself. It was a quick weekend. We got the W, and we represented for the OGs.
What you're doing with the other guys like Jalen and other guys break away from the big companies and start to create their own lane in that space?
It's about time, man. I say that just because, I think some of our predecessors, some of the guys that came before us that had signature series or signature shoes, I think they were following the tradition that was put in front of them, the blueprint of just the contract agreements. But I think now in this timeline, this generation that we're leading, we don't want to fall victim to the same, stipulations and the same things that kind of put you in almost like in a 360 deal where you don't really have creativity and everything that you create, you don't own. You don't want to be at a brand where you don't own anything and you're owned by them. So it's just almost like reverse osmosis, man. All this, you got to take things, go backwards, and find out what worked in the past and what's going to work for the future, and that's now. So me as CCO of the Anta brand, international guy, being able to have these conversations on a deeper level about distribution, signing signature athletes. My dad's a signature athlete. He's the first signature athlete I signed. So we're trying to create history in a different way and also protect our brands, man. I'm trying to own my logo, man. I'm not trying to go in there and have somebody own my logo, and then by the time I retire, my kids don't even know, they can't even get it. They can't even make money off it. So I've seen too many stories of people letting brands just take advantage of them, and this sneaker industry was the first place to start for me to really shake some shit up. Excuse my language. Yeah. I appreciate it.
How do you feel about playing with all the guys you grew up with in the league, now playing against the young players?
No, it feels great. I don't know if you noticed, if you walked up to every table, but I think each one of us has a gray hair either in our beard or on top of our head. So I think that tells you everything, man. We have been leading our franchises and leading these teams in this NBA for a while. We've been going at each other. Some of us have played with each other. We are OGs in this, but we're really appreciating each other getting better like fine wine. You know what I mean? Like we're still challenging each other. We see the young guys are coming in, but we really still want to win championships, and that's what makes this amazing to be a part of, man. Appreciate it. I have a better answer for you.
Hey, Kyrie, you guys made the finals last year. Now with AD on the team, what's your ideal matchup in the playoffs?
My ideal matchup, man, it doesn't matter, man. You can't really care about that, man. The goal is to make the playoffs first, solidify your spot as one of the best teams in the league, earn your spot, and then worry about who you're matching up with. Yeah. Yeah, just talking about the game at a high level and just some of the improvements he's seen from my game, especially in the low post and that finishing area, and just giving each other some hints and some cues, and how we kind of play at the size we are and really have fun doing it, just being creative out there, So just having that moment was special, man, because we're always competing against each other. So I know it's not usually you see us kind of talking about moves, and I think, you'll probably see more of that in the future. You just never know, man, a collaboration where we can talk about, just things, nuances of our game, even including Dame, just to pass on this knowledge to the next generation because, all of us represent some very unique skill sets. we've redefined the point guard role in this generation in our own way, and we're decorated in our own way, and I think that's what makes it a very different timeline, or in terms of generation that we're building right now, where we want to include each other. We're going to be competitive, but also we know each other are very special, and when we're guarding each other, we have that mutual respect. What you say? Yeah, no, I told Kenny Atkinson, man, I was like, yo, just. And she had a lot of fun, man. She had a lot of fun. I'm ready to start my break now, man. Had all these obligations and stuff like that. It's been enjoyable, but I'm ready to spend some time with my family and my kids. My favorite role player of all time, or just favorite role player of all time? The dog. JD, appreciate you, baby. Got you. Yep. Hi. Oh, man, he's taking names, man, and he's not shy about it at all, and he has that competitive edge that, every night when you're going against Shea, you're going to have to send 2-3 double teams at him, or 2-3 guys at him. He just has been scoring so easily. You see the records he's putting up in terms of 30-point games consistently. We always have tough matchups against OKC. Had a tough series against him, so, seeing him in series is different than probably seeing him in regular season, but when he's in regular season, he's still a killer, man, and in the playoffs. Yeah, so just a quick story. 2017 was the year that they unlocked it in the playoffs. I had already built up my fines up until that point. I was wearing like bright yellow shoes, bright red shoes. The NBA was, I don't want to say they were getting mad at me, but they were sending some notices to Nike. And then 2017 was like the open book policy, I call it, where I was able to come in and bring in all my designs, all my colorways, and not get in trouble for it. So I feel like